Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Day devotees. So today is Tuesday. It is 21st of January 2025. It is Madhava Masa or Magha Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Ashtami Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events in the calendar today. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami speaking about the Virat Rupa form and how different limbs of the body of Virat Rupa is getting generated, and also with regards to the functions and the senses, functions and sense objectives, and then corresponding controlling deities. So if we see in the first is the face is got generated, and then Mukataha, the mouth is got generated, and then palate, and then tongue, and then the corresponding functions and the sense perceptions and controlling deities of the mouth and the tongue, and then further the nose, and also later on the eyes. So these are the Mukataha Bhinnam Jihva Tatropajayate Tata Tato Nana Raso Jajne Jihvayayo Adhighamyate. That is the Mukataha. And then tongue is also generated. Vivukshir Mukato Bhumna Vatnir Vagag Vag Vyakrutam Tayoho Jale Chaityasa Suchiram Nirodaha Samajayatam. And then speech also got generated along with the presiding deity for the speech. नासिके निर्विद्येतां दोदूयति न बस्वति तत्र वायुर्गन्धवहो ग्रानो नसि जिगृक्षतः. Later on, the nose and then the breathing is got generated, and then vayuhu also generated, and then the smell, sense of the power, and different kinds of gandhas, they all got generated. And then further, coming little bit up the eyes. यदात्मनि निरालोकम आत्मानं च दिदृक्षतः निर्भिन्ने हि अक्षिणीतस्य ज्योतिः चक्षुः गुणग्रहः. And then eyes got generated when the Lord desired to see the himself and also outside. So he's a transcendental body and also the universe and the entire world. Then this eyes got generated. Yadatmani nalokam atmanam cha didrukshataha. Nirbhinnehi akshinitasya. Akshini is the eyes. They got generated. Jyotihi chakshuhu gunagraha. And also Jyotihi is the either fire or the sun. They both got generated. Jyotihi chakshuhu gunagraha. So likewise, whenever it is not one is independent. So everything is interdependent. So like here, Adhyatmam, Adi Daivam, and then Adi Bhautikam. So this is the three different aspects that Sukadeva Goswami is explaining. They're all interdependent. So this is Virat Rupa. It comes into the form of the body is kind of the matter. Body is kind of the matter, and then controlling deities, and then Atma, and then super soul is the main thing. That one is explained later on, though all kinds of demigods and their functions are all getting generated, but without the super soul or consciousness, they do not act. And for that one, that Chaitya, and then presiding deity for the consciousness also needs to be present. So now, after the eyes got generated, and further another limb that Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, that when the Lord desired to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at that time the ears got generated. Ears along with the presiding deities of the ears, and the sound also got generated. And then presiding deities, the sound, and then the ears, they're all getting generated. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 10, verse number 22. बोध्यमानस्य ऋषिभिः आत्मनः तज्जिगृक्षतः कर्णौ च निर्विद्येतां दिशः श्रोत्रं गुणग्रहः बोध्यमानस्य ऋषिभिः Bodhyamanasya is desiring to understand Rishibhihi by the authorities. Rishibhihi and Atmanaha of the Supreme Being. Tajjigrukshataha, and that when he desired to take up. So he wanted to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the main function of the ears. And to understand the Supreme Personality, that is the Atmanaha of the Supreme Being, then we know what is our destination. Until one is explaining something, though we are seeing movies or so many of these things of the material nature, we do not understand until we hear about that objective or either that object. Someone has to explain. Without the sound, we cannot understand. This is Bodhyamanasya Rishibhihi Atmanaha Tajjigrukshatah Karnaucha Nirbidyetam. And so what has happened? Karnaucha, ears got manifested. Karnaucha, the ears also, Nirbidyetam, became manifested. And then along with that one, Dishaha Strotram Gunagrahaha, Dishaha, these are the direction or god of air. So for the ears, the preceding deities are called Digdevatas. Dishaha, the direction or the god of air, and Srotram, the power of hearing. This is the function. And Gunagrahaha, and the objects of hearing. Gunagrahaha. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami describing about the ears. Ears are the very, in our devotional service, this is very, very important, that Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So starting with the Shravanam. So that is okay, so Bodhyamanasya Rishibhihi Atmanah Tajjagrukshatah Karnau cha Nirbidhyetam Dishaha Srotram Gunagraha. So translation for this verse, by the development of the desire of great sages to know the ears, the power of hearing, the controlling deity of hearing, and the objects of hearing became manifested. The great sages desired to hear about the self. And purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request, okay. Jahanakanya Mataji, Mrida Sarji Mataji are not here. So, Hemlata Mataji, would you like to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yes, Prabhu. Purport. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, by advancement of knowledge, one should try to know about the Supreme Lord, the summum bonum of everything. Knowledge does not mean knowledge only of the laws of nature or physical knowledge, which are working by the direction of the Lord. The scientists are eager to hear about the physical laws working in material nature. They are eager to hear through the medium of radio and television about things taking place far away from them on the other planets. But they should know that the power of hearing and the instruments for hearing were given to them by the Lord, for hearing about the self or about the Lord. Unfortunately, the power of hearing is misused in hearing the vibrations of mundane affairs. The great sages were interested in hearing about the Lord through Vedic knowledge and nothing more. This is the beginning of oral reception of knowledge. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Krishna.
So here Prabhupada is describing about the knowing about the Supreme Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. So in this world, we cannot see the Lord with our materialistic eyes. We need to see the Lord Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. So that is the advancement. That is the how we receive the knowledge, not by the eyes. So, knowing the knowledge is there are different ways. One is called through the hearing and the pratyaksha, paroksha, and from the pramanas. So there are acquiring the knowledge through all of our senses are only to acquire the knowledge. But main thing is the hearing. So that is summum. One should try to know the Supreme Lord. That's summum and bonum of everything. Knowledge does not mean knowledge only of the laws of nature or physical knowledge, which are working by the direction of the Lord. So there are knowledge belong in a different ways. Every sense we have got all kinds of senses like the five karanendriyas, five jnanendriyas, mind, intelligence, and then ego. So they're all only helping to understand our constitutional position. Okay, so the scientists are eager to hear about the physical laws working in the material nature. They are eager to hear through the medium of radio and television about things taking place far away from them on other planets, but they should know the power of hearing, and the instruments for hearing were given to them by the Lord for hearing about the self or about the Lord. See, this is the main function, not the mundane things, something movies or something else. It is not for our entertainment purposes. But however, when we are hearing about the Lord, we also derive so much of pleasure. So unfortunately, the power of hearing is misused in hearing the vibrations of mundane affairs. So here, this one, Prabhupada, Kapil Bhagavan says this, one of the so in this one, I think 20. So can I request anyone to read this verse and translation? Prabhavati Mataji, are you available to read the verse translation and purport, please?
You want me to read the
Verse purport.
verse also, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Nunam daivena vihata yecha achyuta kata sudam hitva shunvanti asadgataha purusham eva purusham eva vidbhujaha. Translation: such persons are condemned by the supreme order of the Lord because they are averse to the nectar of the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are compared to stool-eating hogs. They give up hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord and indulge in hearing of the abominable activities of materialistic persons. Purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Everyone is addicted to hearing of the activities of another person, whether a political or a rich man or an imaginary character whose activities are created in a novel. There are so many nonsensical literatures, stories and books of speculative philosophy. Materialistic persons are very interested in reading such literature, but when they are presented with genuine books of knowledge like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Purana, or other scriptures of the world, such as the Bible and Quran, they are not interested. These persons are condemned by the Supreme Order as much as hog is condemned. The hog is interested in eating stool. If the hog is offered some nice preparation made of condensed milk or ghee, he won't like it. He would prefer obnoxious, bad smelling stool, which he finds very relishable. Materialistic persons are considered condemned because they are interested in hellish activities and not in transcendental activities. The message of the Lord's activity is nectar, and besides that message, any information in which we may be interested is actually hellish. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is what Prabhupada is describing. So Hitva Shranvanti Asadgataha. Asadgataha. Purishimiva Vidbhujaha. Purishim is mentioned as a stool. And people, they are whoever is hearing, misusing the ears, the sound vibrations. Instead of hearing Krishna Katha, Achyuta Katha Sudam. Instead of hearing Achyuta Katha, they are hearing so many of material things. Just like a Purishima Vidbhujaha, they're all Asadgataha. This is Nonam Daivena Vihata, by the illusion energy of the Lord. Nonam. So certainly by the order of the Lord. See? They are condemned. So here Prabhupada is describing that one. So unfortunately, power of hearing is misused in hearing the vibrations of mundane affairs. The great sages were interested in hearing about the Lord through Vedic knowledge and nothing more. That is the beginning of oral reception of knowledge. So all these things, the senses have been being generated, and Prabhupada is describing all belongs to like Amrish Maharaj. He engaged the senses. Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayoho vachamsi vaikunta gunanuvarnane karo harehe mandiramajinadishu srutim sakarachyuta satkatodaye. That is Srutim Chakar Achyuta Satkatodaye. Hearing always Achyuta Kata Satkatodaye. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshine Drushau Tadbrutya Gatra Sparshenga Sangamam Granam Chitatpada Saroja Saurabhe Srimattulasya Ratanam Tadarpite Pado Harehe Kshetra Padanusarpane Siro Hushikesha Padabhivandane Kamam च दास्य न तु कामयया yatottamashloka janashriyaratihi. See how he is engaging his mind. Manaha Krishna padaravindayoho. Mind is at the lotus feet of the Lord. Vachamsi, the speaking. Vaikunta gunanuvarnane, glorifying about the Krishna. That is the tongue. Vachamsi, all the sound vibrations. Karu harehe mandir marjanadishu. Hands are used only to cleanse the temples of the Lord. Harehe mandir marjanadishu, not the demigods, something like that. Here only Harehe mandir marjanadishu. Srutim chakara achyuta satkatodaye. And hearing chakara achyuta satkatodaye. Krishna kata, eternal. And then Mukunda Lingalaya Darshine Drushau. What is the sense of sight? Is the Mukunda Lingalaya Darshine Drushau, visiting the temples of the Lord and take the darshan and his devotees. And then sense of touch, Tadbrutya Gatra Sparshenga Sangamam, to touch the lotus feet of his devotees. Tadbrutya Gatra Sparshenga Sangamam, and rendering service to them. That is the sense of touch. Granam Chitatpada Saroja Saurabhe, and the sense of smell is the to smell the lotus, this tulsi leaves, or the smell coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. Granam Chitatpada Saroja Saurabhe, and always the Lord's, everyone has got their bodily smell. And similarly, that we have got that experience. The Lord has got that transcendental, the sound, Saroja Saurabhe, and from the lotus feet, that is mixed with the tulsi leaves, and then it is when we smell it, it is so beautiful, and it is transcendental the smells. Granam chitatpada saroj saurabhe. And also the tulsi, that sense of taste. Srimad tulasya rasanam tadarpite. Rasanam, the taste. And tasting the tulsi leaves offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Tadarpane, and the lotus feet of the Lord. And then Pado Harehe Kshetra Padanusarpane, the feet are to be used to go to the different, walking to the different temples. Of course, it is for, if it is for, we use vehicles, but here Pado Harehe Kshetra Padanusarpane, Siro Hrishikesha Padabhivandane, the head is used to offer humble obeisances. As soon as we see the Lord, immediately Nanama Padam Bujum Asya Viswasurub, Lord, like as soon as Brahma sees the Lord, immediately Dandavat Pranam. And then as soon as Dhruv Maharaj sees the Lord after his meditation, it is Avandatangam Vinamaya Dandavat. Always Dandavat Pranam. And when Kadma Prajapati sees the Lord in the sky, situated in the sky and Garuda, immediately Dandavat Pranam. See, this is all, this is the Sirohushekesha Padabhivandane. The head always to be used to offer humble obeisances. Kamam Chidasya Natu Kama Kamyaya. And all our desires to fulfill, to serve the devotees of the Lord and his devotees. So this is Kamam Chidasya Natu Kama Kamyaya. And Yatottama Shloka Janashriya Ratihi. Uttama Shloka Jana Ashriya Ratihi. See, this is always staying with the devotees of the Lord. Uttama Shloka Jana Ashraya. So likewise, engaging all senses. This is Ambarish Maharaj is the perfect example for all these senses, how to engage. So likewise, Prabhupada is describing here, one has to use all the senses very carefully, in which are conducive to the devotional service in connection to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and here Shravanam is that is the beginning of the oral reception of knowledge, hearing. When keep on hearing, Pravishtah Karnarandrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dhnoti Shamalam Krishnaha Saralasya Yatasharat. As soon as Krishna is going into the ears, into the Krishna Katha going into the ears and going to the heart, heart will be cleansed of the sinful activities, sinful perceptions, which has been accumulated for so long. Gradually, Krishna is filled in the heart. He will occupy the heart. Hrud Padmi Kanyaga Dishnyam Akramyuni Atmani Avastitaha. Akramana is occupying the heart. So sometimes people will go and occupy the land of other people. Likewise, Krishna, when we hear Krishna, he will come and occupy our heart. So very beautiful words. So that is the beginning of oral reception. That sense and the sense of hearing that got generated in the Virat Rupa form. So mouth, tongue, and then nose, ears, nose, and then eyes, and then ears got generated. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is Bodhyamanasthi Rishibhihi Atmanha Tajjigrukshataha Karnaucha Nirbhidyetam Dishaha Srotram Gunagrahaha. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today related to Uddhava, June 22nd, 1970. I think it is the same thing. Or did we read this letter? Anyone remember?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So anyone volunteers would like to read this letter? Small letter, tiny one.
I'll just go.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
My dear Uthava, please accept my blessings. I am so glad to receive your letter along with the blueprint of the alumna for Ch- Chaitanya era 484. I have looked over this work very carefully and it is very intelligently done. This contains all the relevant information concerning our bona fide movement. So I think it will be of utmost use in the matter of approaching foundation and influential uh, influential parties to understand and support this movement. Therefore, you should paint you should print up a large number of copies because we will distribute these booklets very widely for propagate the purpose. I am also so happy that our ISKCON press is now producing such several literatures consecutively, like Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter by chapter. So now I am enlivened to write more and more. Thank you very much. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever Revolution, Esi Bhaktivedanta Swami Sarvabhat Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any take your point, Prabhuji?
Take a point for me, Prabhu, is Prabhupada is always happy any kinds of like Krishna consciousness movements progress, propagate in proper way, and whenever he sees that like this his movement, his work for Krishna is working, he get excited and he encourage all the devotees to do the same. Haribol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, any other points to add to this letter? Okay, so here, so we need a broader advertisements here. At most use in the matter of approaching foundations and influential parties to understand and support this movement. Our devotees also going to different departments, but still we are not meant to take the association of different people, but we go and take the support from them so that we propagate our Krishna consciousness. For that we do. Therefore, you should print up a large number of copies because we will distribute this booklet very widely for propaganda purposes. Propagation is very important. So in the Kumbh Mela, 40 crores of people are going there and everyone taking bath. What does that mean? It is telling that many people are interested in the liberation, attaining to the higher planetary systems. They all somewhere or other, in somewhere or other, then it may not be Krishna consciousness, but they are wanted to achieve that results. They wanted to achieve that results. Everyone are making so much of efforts going there and taking a bath in that Ganga and Yamuna Sangama, Triveni Sangama, and on to especially these occasions. And many sadhus are coming, and many sadhus are being initiated. It is for what? Transcendental. Everyone wanted to leave here. 40 crores, it is not one or two people. We may think about ourselves. What if I am going to leave the family? But what is about 40 crores of people here? Of course, not everyone are going to, everyone will be elevated somewhere or other. But that is propaganda. When the Kumbh Mela is thing, the information is spreading the entire world. There are no other countries having such events like that. It is India is the spiritual hub. So, and here, out of those things, while we are staying in the society, in the human society, among the ordinary people, and when we have got Krishna consciousness is spreading to the everyone, it will help. We do not have to leave the families. It is not possible for everyone to go and die in the the auspicious places like Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nasik, Ujjain. It is not possible for everyone, and the consciousness also it may not be pure. So that's why Krishna consciousness, we do not have to make big efforts in this age of Kali. Chant Hare Krishna mantra, follow the regulative principles, whatever we are doing, and then in such a way, this knowledge should be propagated and given opportunity. That's why Vaishnavas only can become gurus, not any other people. Only Vaishnavas can become gurus and acharyas. They lead the society. Okay, so that is the purpose. We need propagation here. And here, so many sadhus, they cannot come and become your gurus here in the ordinary society. It is not possible for everyone to take the sannyasa. But they, while engaging in the day-to-day family life, how to worship the Lord, how to keep our consciousness pure, that is important. That can given by only Vaishnava acharyas. Okay, so that is my takeaway point from this letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got preaching practice session at 8 p.m. So today our preacher is Saranya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Supriya Mataji doing today.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, that is at 8 p.m. And also we got a message from Krishna Keshav Prabhuji, so saying that his Prabhuji's mother is diagnosed with kind of a cancer. Devashish Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhuji just sent us a message. He serves us time to time, so he asked us kindly to pray for his mother. Hari Bol, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So let us keep Krishna Keshav Prabhuji and his mother in our prayers. So he's been speaking to us on Saturdays on Chaitanya Charitamrita and previously on Bhagavad Gita as well. So devotees are always compassionate to the other living entities. Alampatah Siladharu Gunakaro Prishtaha Parajha Vidito Dukkiteshu. These are the qualities of a devotee. He does not worry about his body. He worries about the all other people. Okay, so let us keep Krishna Keshav Prabhuji and his mother in our prayers so that they will come out of these hard times. Okay, so with that, keeping that one in mind, and dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Okay, if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय Hare Krishna conscious day everyone. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya